This is VOA News. I'm Joe Ramsey. International aid groups mobilized in Morocco on Monday days after a 6.8 magnitude earthquake killed over 2,800 and injured more than 2,500. AP correspondent Sam Metz reports on the Morocco earthquake from a town that has seen extensive damage.
I'm reporting from Amizmiz, which is a village in the Atlas Mountains that was devastated by an earthquake that hit the country on Friday evening. It was the largest earthquake in more than a century here. It completely leveled parts of this town and other villages in the High Atlas just south of Marrakesh. There's a mosque behind me that is cracked and parts of it have been destroyed. There are ambulances and rescue crews that are digging people out of the rubble, both dead and alive.
AP correspondent Sam Metz. The head of one of Libya's rival governments says flooding that swept through the eastern parts of the North African nation has left as many as 2,000 people feared dead. The destruction appears greatest in the city of Derna. The community was formerly held by Islamic extremists in the chaos that has gripped Libya for years and left it with crumbling and inadequate infrastructure. Britain on Monday accused Russia of targeting a civilian cargo ship at a port in the Black Sea on August 24th in a previously unconfirmed missile attack it said was successfully thwarted by Ukrainian defenses.
In just 1 month, Russia has destroyed over 270,000 tons of grain, enough to feed 1 million people for a year.
The remarks made in Britain's parliament by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are the first time an official has commented on a ship being targeted since those Ukrainian efforts began. This is VOA News. Russia and North Korea say North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will visit Russia, where he is expected to hold a highly anticipated meeting with President Vladimir Putin that has sparked Western concerns about a potential arms deal for Moscow's war in Ukraine. The Kremlin's website said Kim's visit is at Putin's invitation and would take place in the coming days. The visit was also reported by North Korea's official KCNA news agency, saying he would meet with Putin. U.S. political and military leaders took part in ceremonies to remember one of the darkest days in American history 22 years ago when 19 members of al-Qaeda hijacked 4 planes and nearly 3,000 people died in coordinated attacks. Details from VOA's chief national correspondent, Steve Herman.
With sirens sounding in the background, the bell of hope was rung in New York City, close to where hijackers rammed 2 planes into the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. At the Pentagon, where the commemoration honoring the 184 people who died there, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin recalled the tragedy.
Amid the horror and the grief, many Americans felt a deeper sense of duty to their communities and to their country.
Another ceremony was conducted in rural Pennsylvania, where a 4th plane crashed when some passengers managed to thwart the hijackers from reaching their apparent target, the U.S. Capitol building. Steve Herman, VOA News.
Malawi's president is taking steps toward eliminating food shortages, introducing a mega farm initiative with nearly a quarter of the country struggling. Lamek Messina reports from Blantyre.
Speaking during the televised launch of a mega farm in northern Malawi over the weekend, President Lazarus Chakwera said the program aimed to improve the country's foreign exchange reserves and make the country food sufficient.
It's also a game changer for our economy as a whole because most of our forex revenue comes from farming.
President Chakwera said 800 medium and large-scale farmers have so far registered to grow crops in over 63,000 hectares of land to be cultivated during this year's growing season. Lamek Messina for VOA News, Blantyre, Malawi.
Hurricane Lee is whipping up waves of more than 4.5 meters as the Category 3 storm cranks through open waters just north of the Caribbean region. The storm is not expected to make landfall this week. It was located about 588 kilometers north of the northern Leeward Islands on Monday, with winds up to 193 kilometers per hour. A high surf advisory in effect for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm Joe Ramsey, VOA News.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.